Welcome, I'm Alicia Story and I am the owner and crafter for Hand Knit Charm. I decorate stainless steel tumblers. One of my most requested designs is my wood grain tumbler. So I'm going to show you how I make one of those. So some of the supplies that you'll need a double wall stainless steel tumbler. You'll need a couple items to prep that and paint that. So I use a painter style tape and an electrical tape. Make sure to have scissors. I use a spray paint. I also have a clear spray paint for sealing the design. You're going to want to use rubber gloves for painting and when you actually put the design on the cup. So in order to make the wood grain design, I use alcohol inks, and you'll also want to have rubbing alcohol. This cleans up mistakes. This also thins the inks for you. And then you also want, I have a paintbrush. That's how I get the wood grain design on the tumbler. For cleanup, you'll want to have some kind of gauze, and I use paper towels as well as acetone. And then to fully seal my design, I use a 2-part epoxy that I mix together. To pop bubbles, I have a little mini torch. I'll show you my turner later. You'll need something to turn the tumbler consistently while the epoxy cures. So that's about it, and I'll show you how I make the tumbler.
Start by prepping your tumbler. Remove any labels or stickers. Go ahead and remove the lid and set that aside. I draw a line around the edge so that I have a straight line, and I'm going to tape the top and the bottom off. I want to make sure I have all those tape edges sealed, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint that tumbler white. You want it to dry for at least 1 hour, and then you can make sure that you have a nice coat. I'm going to go in with the alcohol inks, starting with the butterscotch color, get a nice coat, and then with the brown, I'm going to paint on with the alcohol inks. And as the alcohol ink starts to dry, I keep brushing through, and I end up with the wood grain texture. You're going to want to seal that in a clear spray and clean up all of the edges. Just making sure that they're all crispy, there's no drip marks, and then go ahead and put on electrical tape, making a nice straight line. This is going to make sure that the epoxy seals above and below the wood grain design, so it's completely sealed. I've already printed off my decals, so I'm going to go ahead and put those on the tumbler, making sure that they are straight and smooth down. Go ahead and rub and put some gentle pressure, and then when I peel off the transfer tape, I have a perfect design. Go ahead and hit it with the blow dryer, and it will get any bubbles out. Put it on the turner, and then I can start mixing my epoxy. It's a 2-part epoxy. You want to make sure that you have equal parts of both A and B. As you mix, you want to try to avoid bubbles. You can pop the bubbles with a lighter, and then you're going to go straight to putting it on your tumbler. I use my fingers so that I get a nice smooth layer, making sure that I get every nook and cranny. Using the mini blowtorch, I'm going to pop any remaining bubbles, and it'll cure for about 15 minutes. And the epoxy will thicken up just enough that I have clean edges. After 6 hours of curing, my tumbler now has a beautiful smooth layer of epoxy.